Every morning the world flung itself over and exposed the town to the sun, so Janie had another day. Incorporated on August 15, 1887, Eatonville was one of the first self-governing all-black municipalities in the United States. The town is named after Josiah Eaton, one of a small group of white landowners who were willing to sell sufficient land to African Americans to incorporate as a black town. Before the days of racial integration, former Club Eaton was a popular stop on the Chitlin Circuit, hosting performances such as B.B. King, Aretha Franklin, Ray Charles, Sam Cooke, Duke Ellington, Ella Fitzgerald, James Brown, and many more. Noted author Zora Neale Hurston grew up in Eatonville, and in her novel, Their Eyes Were Watching God, she presents an overview of the founding of the town through the eyes of protagonist Janie Crawford. In 1891, William Clark purchased land in nearby newly established town Sanford, and was named after co-founder John Gold. Goldsboro became the second most prosperous African-American town in the country at this time, with Eatonville preceding the town as most prosperous. Each of the 6 co-founders established their own section of town. African Americans started settling around Bookertown to work on the nearby railroad. More and more people started moving to this area and buying land from investor Michael Smith. Soon a school was built and people began working as independent farmers. They primarily grew celery and harvested wood for fuel for the trains and pine sap for turpentine. In the 1920s, the city of Sanford set out this area of town where black Americans could live. The streets are named after prominent African Americans such as W.E.B. Du Bois, Richard Allen, and Frederick Douglass, and the town was named after Booker T. Washington. Henry Shelton Sanford, former Union general and powerful member of the Republican Party, founded the town of Sanford in 1877. It became prosperous due to its wharves, railroad station, and hotel. It seems like a normal town on the surface, but since 2012 it has been known for the murder of Trayvon Martin by neighborhood watchman George Zimmerman, who walked away a free man. Trayvon was walking to his father's fiance's home in an apartment complex called The Retreat at Twin Lakes after purchasing Skittles and an Arizona tea. Zimmerman spotted him and reported him as suspicious to the police, but minutes later an altercation took place and Zimmerman shot 17-year-old Trayvon Martin in the chest. Ocoee was founded in the mid-1850s by Dr. J.D. Stark, who led a group of slaves that were all stricken with malaria to the north side of an open pine wooded lake that provided clear and clean water to avoid further outbreaks. They stayed there and named their settlement Stark Lake. Throughout the American Civil War, the population grew due to Confederate soldiers moving to the area, such as Captain Bluford Sims. Captain Sims ended up establishing the town and changing the name to Ocoee. Most people may not know, however, about the Ocoee Massacre, known as the single bloodiest day in modern American political history. On November 2, 1920, two black men, July Perry and Moses Norman, attempted to vote and encouraged other blacks to vote. This led to hostility at the polls as white Americans stopped many. One white man accused Norman of bringing a gun to the polls, and a riot ensued, killing 56 blacks, burning over 24 black American homes, and chasing out the rest of the black population. Not a single African American lived in the town until the 1970s, and the population has continued to rise slowly over the years.